Kyrie Jesu Domine, dona eis requiem.
Well, good evening, everybody. I didn't forget the video. In fact, you've heard the warning sirens. Don't listen if you don't like political talk. Do yourself a favor and me a favor, and it's nighttime. Go watch something on TV or listen to some nice music like this. I'm listening to Martini in the morning, even though it's evening now on Tuesday. But things are cooking in the Republic, huh, friends, with everything going out on the West Coast, of all these fires, continued riots. I don't know how it's all going to play out, but I heard something in the news today. Let's turn down. This is Clint Eastwood of all things, believe it or not. Turn down Clint a little bit. Great song he's singing. We don't want to be fenced in. But imagine this. I heard in the news today, many areas that are subject to riots and burned out businesses are experiencing a flip where more people are considering voting for Republican than in the past. Isn't that something? When you make people afraid of you, in the end, they're not going to be beholden to you. They are going to look for ways to get rid of you. A fair amount of people don't want to get violent and angry. They'd rather use the electoral process to boot your butt out of office. So I hope it happens. Some of these cities need to wake up. They have become beholden to the machinery, political machinery that has run them into the ground. St. Louis is a prime example. But all those urban areas, I can't imagine wanting to live in a city where your political persuasion will determine your treatment by the law. Do you understand how un-American that is? That if you support the right candidate, you will be set free from prison. You will have no charges brought against you. If you support the wrong candidate, you will have all kinds of charges brought against you. Your life will be buried in political fees, in lawsuits. I mean, that's the biggest thing I fear about urban areas is the arbitrary enforcement of the law. You know, look at the McClowskys. If you haven't heard about them, the gun-wielding couple in the Central West End, Mr. Pink Shirt with the AR-15 and his wife with bad gun management handling, they've lost their ability to practice law. How in the city, it's been temporarily revoked. Can you imagine that? I mean, that's crazy. For defending their property. That's insane to me. And that's our urban area, our local urban area that is failing that couple. That will support the mob over other people. And we best be worried about that. I am thanking God today I'm out in the country. I would not want to be in the city right now, even though I had 2 parishes. I loved being in the city. I would refuse to put a Black Lives Matter sign in my yard or in my window, hoping that's a magical sign of Passover. They are an organization that is indistinguishable now from Antifa, in my mind. Both organizations are willing to terrorize the populace. They are willing to use criminal means to achieve political ends. How is that acceptable to anybody in their right mind? The phrase is great. The organization is the opposite. It is terrible. Nobody should be supporting Black Lives Matter if they actually care about harmony in the United States. It is divisive. It is grievance-bearing. It cultivates envy and anger against your neighbor. So there's my rant for tonight, which I'm really okay with. I'm not going to support Black Lives Matter ever. I believe bigotry is a real problem. You've heard me say on many of these Black Hat commentaries. We all have to overcome our personal biases and check our rationality. Anyway, pray for our nation because she needs it. Have a great day, everybody, and good night. And thanks for this late edition, since I didn't get to it in the morning. Good night.